We'll now call a common council meeting of March 21st, 2023 to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Kirkowski.
Here.
Lorik.
Here.
Alderman Dukniak is excused. Alderwoman Marshall. Here. Gale.
Here.
Guzekowski.
Here. Everybody, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Leslie, would you start us off? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. That will get us to the approval of the minutes of March 7th, 2023. If everybody please take a look. If there's any discussions, omissions, corrections, errors, please feel free to take the floor. We're satisfied the minutes are in order. Motion, please.
Marshall moves to approve the minutes of March 7th, 2023.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall. Aye. Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Item 4 is recognition and its consideration of a resolution in commendation to Sally A. Gadlewski, retiring GIS technician. With us, Mike, would you like to say something before Catherine reads? Oh, you know what? Let's let Catherine read it in, and then I'll have you speak on Sally's behalf.
Resolution 12396032123, resolution of commendation to Sally A. Galuski. Whereas Sally Galuski began her employment with the City of Oak Creek on April 12, 1984 as a draftsperson in the Planning Department, Community Development, and whereas Sally transferred to the Engineering Department as a draftsperson in 1985, and whereas in 1992 Sally set up the city's first computer-aided drafting CAD system and later the first Geographic Information System, GIS. And whereas Sally transferred to the Water and Sewer Utility on September 11th, 1995. And whereas Sally has earned 2 associate's degrees, one in civil engineering, public works technician, and the other in GIS programmer analyst. And whereas Sally helped out other departments with her expertise in GIS and GPS, notably the police department, GPS locating and mapping evidence points during fatal crashes, and assisting the FBI with the same during a potential terrorist attack investigation. And whereas Sally has impacted and improved many facets of the utilities operation and will be greatly missed. And whereas on March 17th, 2023, Sally retired from her position as GIS technician after serving 38 years, 11 months with the City of Oak Creek. And now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Common Council of the City of Oak Creek that for and on the behalf of the citizens of Oak Creek, sincere gratitude and appreciation be extended to Sally A. Galuski for her 38 years, 11 months of dedicated service to the City of Oak Creek, and that best wishes for good health and happiness be extended to Sally Galuski and her family in her retirement years. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread upon the minutes of this meeting, and the city clerk be and is hereby directed to transmit a suitable copy thereof to Sally A. Galuski, passed and adopted this 21st day of March, 2023.
Thank you, Catherine. Now I'll invite Mike Sullivan from the Water Utility to talk on Sally's behalf.
Thank you, Mayor. Sally, as stated, has been here almost 39 years. She has held so many different roles, both within the city, but on that technology side, she has been her benefit has just been immeasurable to the GIS function of the utility. She's a person that if you ask her to do something, she will drop whatever she is doing and go and help you out and try and work with you and teach you how to get whatever it is that you need done. She's been just a tremendous resource for us. She does not only GIS, but she did all of the sewer data logging and bringing all that information and evaluation information into the GIS so that people could use that, make their jobs easier on the separate side. On the water side, she would develop apps for the gentlemen to use so that our team could make their flushing operation more efficient, make their valve turning operations more efficient, our logging of the repairs that needed to be done. She would take on any task that we had. If we had a hole and needed something done, she would volunteer for it and take it on and do an amazing job at it. She was just absolutely fantastic. Someone that will be very, very much missed.
Thank you, Mike. Council, anyone? Steve?
I've never met Sally, but I will tell you that I have used the GIS feature on the website countless times, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's just somebody who's semi-computer illiterate, that is just a phenomenal resource. And I have shared that part of our website with people who have asked me about certain parcels of property. And, they want to call somebody in City Hall. I go, no, go to the website and go to GIS part there, and you get everything you need to know. So 38 years in one employer, that's phenomenal. So tell her thanks if you see her.
Will do. And she was very happy to share her talents. She served on the Wisconsin Water Association's Information Technology and Security Committee for over 15 years, bringing lots of contribution to that committee as well, providing educational seminars to the rest of the industry. Really, really stand-up person for sure.
Just very quickly, boy, Sally was a valued employee without a doubt. She also served on the Celebrations Commissions for quite a while. I want to personally thank her. She once hooked me up in the 4th of July parade with the coolest car I've ever been in. It was a Hearst 442 convertible that one of her relatives had. Just outstanding. But more importantly, the growth of this city over the 40 years that she's been here. When you get into water service, we don't always pay a lot of attention to it. Why? Because it's that efficient and it works. And that's really part of the reason she's part of that team with her time and talent and what she generated here, because everything she worked with didn't exist 40 years ago, nor did this city exist as it did 40 years ago. And she's a big reason we never had any hiccups with that system at all. So kudos to Sally on behalf of the entire Common Council, the residents of Oak Creek, and myself. I want to wish you a long and happy retirement. Thank you for your time and talents. If you ever want to come back and serve the city in a volunteer capacity, we'd be glad to take you. So, congratulations to Sally. Motion on 4, please.
Marshall moves to consider, or to pass resolution number 12396-032123, a resolution of commendation to Sally A. Galuski, retiring GIS technician.
Guzekowski, second.
Roll call.
Alderwoman Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye. In item 4 in new business is consideration of a resolution granting and authorizing execution of a conservation easement to the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewer District on the property at 1436 East Forest Hill Avenue and accepting the accompanying warranty deeds pursuant to the October 22nd, 2018 intergovernmental cooperation. Melissa.
So you just said it all, Mayor. There's nothing more to say. That's the item. I prepared the report, but I think there's full knowledge that our retired engineer had a good hand in pieces of this puzzle, and this is the outstanding piece, which is a second easement. The council had seen this about a year ago for 8870 South Nicholson Road with a separate easement. So this is the next piece in terms of the agreement that we had with MMSD, and certainly I would defer to our city engineer if there's anything additional to that.
Obviously Phil, our retired stormwater engineer, had basically, he kind of ushered this and worked with MMSD on this entire easement and property cleanup. So, obviously we wouldn't be where we're at right now without him. And this is a great part and probably addition to Abendschein. And there can be some future uses there. Granted, there are some minimal and required, things that we would have to meet in order to be able to utilize that or improve that at all. But that's all written within the conservation easement. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer those.
Any questions for Matt? Well, this very much was a problem property, very much prone to flooding, and great partnership with MMSD. So I know Phil's gone, but kudos to him. Great work. Okay. If there's no other discussion or questions, motion, please.
Kirkowski make a motion to adopt resolution number 12397-032123, granting and authorizing execution of a conservation easement to Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewage District on the property at 1436 East Forest Hill Avenue and accepting the accompanying warranty deed pursuant to the October 22nd, 2018 Intergovernmental Cooperation Agreement.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call.
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Item 6 is under resolution, is a consideration of a resolution accepting the 2022 annual report, the Oak Creek WPDES stormwater. The NR 216 permit to be exact. Matt?
Yes, Matt Sullivan, city engineer. So before you is a resolution to adopt the annual report for their stormwater permit. We do this annually, obviously. This is part of our permit that we have with Wisconsin DNR. It's a requirement, part of that permit, that we have a resolution adopting the report. The report covers everything that we do in order to try to maintain our waterways, how we handle snow removal, how we inspect construction sites, or, beyond that. So if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer those. I believe the report was provided to you. And then I guess one final thing is with Phil being gone, I'd like to, give my props to our assistant city engineer, Ashley Kipchinsky, who actually worked on the entire report herself. So it was a big step for her in filling in.
Excellent. Questions, comments for Matt? Seeing none, motion?
I'll move to approve the resolution 12392-032123, accepting the 2022 annual report for Oak Creek's WPDES stormwater permit. Guzekowski, I'll second.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Under community development, number 7, we have a consideration of a resolution approving the correction instrument to the deed restrictions for the Southfield Expansion 2 LLC for the property at 6939 South 13th Street. Doug?
Yeah, thank you. The next 3 items actually all pertain to the same property, and the first 2 items are correction instruments. What happened is that the resolutions that were assigned to approve the deed restrictions and stormwater management practices agreement, saying that wrong. Stormwater maintenance agreement were recorded incorrectly against the wrong property. So instead of being recorded against Southfield, they were recorded against the property on further south on 10th Street. That property is now being developed, redeveloped into a 130,000 square foot industrial building. And as part of the process of discovery there and due diligence, they noticed that these were outstanding deed restrictions were recorded against this property, which had nothing to do with this property. It really pertains to the Southfield expansion property further north. So what these first 2 resolutions do are essentially correct that situation and provide the correct legal description for both the deed restrictions and the stormwater agreement.
Thank you for that explanation, Doug. Questions concerning this? Anything, Chris? Okay. Seeing no discussion, motion on 7, please.
Kirkowski make a motion to approve resolution number 12393-032123, approving a correction instrument to the deed restrictions for Southfield Expansion 2 LLC for the property at 6939 South 13th Street.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call.
Alderman Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
And item 8 is consideration of a resolution approving a correction instrument to the Stormwater Management Practices Maintenance Agreement for the Southfield Expansion 2 LLC for the property at 6939 South 13th. Doug, anything more to be said on that?
I could, but I don't think you want me to.
No, as Doug stated in the last one, it's just an extension of correction. Any discussion? Seeing none, motion?
Kirkowski make a motion to approve resolution number 12394- 032123, approving a correction instrument to the Stormwater Management Practices Maintenance Agreement for Southfield Expansion 2 LLC for the property at 6939 South 13th Street.
Marshall will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
And item 9 is consideration of a resolution approving a partial release from the Stormwater Management Practices Maintenance Agreements for Bass Holding LLC affecting the property at 7470 South.
So in 2006, when the expansion was approved for the bus parking lot for a right-way bus on actually 10th Street, the property goes all the way from 10th to 13th Street. As is the practice universally in the city, we require a stormwater maintenance agreement for the new development. And that agreement was recorded against the entire property. As part of the development of this industrial building that is also shown in an attachment to your packet, they will be required to have their own separate stormwater maintenance agreement. So what this instrument does is it releases the new development from the requirements of the original maintenance agreement, recognizing that a new one will need to be put in place separately for Lot 2, which is the new building.
Any questions for Doug concerning the property?
Doug, those lots, the CSMs are already recorded?
It won't be until closing.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, motion.
Kirkowski make a motion to approve resolution number 12395-032123, approving a partial release from the Stormwater Management Practices Maintenance Agreement for Bast Holdings LLC affecting the property at 7470 South 13th Street.
Lorik seconds. Roll call.
Alderwoman Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye. And item 10 is the License Committee. I'd like to turn that over to Alderman Kirkowski at this time.
Thank you, Mayor. I trust everybody's had an opportunity to review the License Committee report for tonight's meeting. Does anybody have any questions, cares, or concerns? All right, seeing none, Kirkowski make a motion to approve the various license requests as listed on the March 21st, 2023 License Committee report.
Lorik seconds. Roll call.
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
And item 11 is consideration of a motion to approve the March 15th, 2023 vendor summary report in the amount of $775,351.32. So if you take a look at your item list, and if there are any comments or questions, please direct them to the appropriate party. Satisfied, there's no further discussion, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the March 15th, 2023 vendor summary report in the amount of $775,351.32.
Marshall will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
And that'll bring us to adjournment.
Gale moves to adjourn.
Oracle second. Roll call.
Alderman Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Okay. 19. Great, thank you, everybody.
19 minutes.
Very efficient meeting tonight.